学习人生智慧，提升生命能量
and to increase our life energy. Meditation Master App will help us to grow. Whether you have Android or iOS system, you can download it, you can register, and you can use this Meditation Master App. We have more than 500 videos. There's video, there's audio, and there's also the article with words. And you can also download into your all the videos into your app, and it covers your life wisdom, your family relationship, your personal growth, and also for youth. And every day there's an aphorism will give you a lot of guidance. You can also record your practice time and record what you learn from the teachings. All the energy blessings bring you healing and energy. It opens the door to health and wisdom and help you to become a better you. Hello, my dear friends. Today is Earth Store Merit Chanting Class Day 2. Joyce and Christine, do you have anything to say? Oh, Grandmaster, our online friends are very happy because before they cannot understand the sutra, and now they can understand, and they're very touched. And a lot of our online friends are also, they realized a lot. You know, they use our incense burner, you use our Bodhi, either Sandalwood or Agarwood incense, and they will offer incense and read the sutra. They can smell, you know, this wonderful smell of the incense, and then they put their whole heart into reading the sutra and wholeheartedly. And so this really helps them to be respectful and melt into this kind of mindset. And so and receive that beautiful energy and blessings. And Grandmaster says that's wonderful. Most importantly is to offer that incense to express our reverence to Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, to show our sincerity. Offer flowers, incense, and clothing, and food and drinks. And so incense can be used to offer to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. This is a very respectful offering, and offer good incense. And also, the incense can dispel illnesses. I think that it can actually, to some extent, to prevent these diseases. Like in Tibet, they have every afternoon they will offer some, they will burn some incense. So this can prevent epidemic disease to some extent. And Joy said this incense also can refresh our mind. Some said, when I read the sutra with Grandmaster, before I was not very tired. How come I feel very sleepy? Well, Grandmaster said, you two tell me why they feel sleepy. Joy said it's because they probably are lack of energy, and so when they are reading the sutra, when they are very involved into reading, and Grandmaster's voice has such power and blessings and healing, so they feel sleepy. And is that the reason? And Grandmaster said, I don't know. And so Christine said, if we really cherish the opportunity to read sutra with Grandmaster, so if you feel sleepy, then maybe before the class, have a good sleep and then come to the class. You will ask your children to be very alerted in class, so you should do that now. And well, last night, somebody wrote to me. They have 4 members in the family, and the mother actually was a little sleepy. The father, not only very energetic, but also have tears. This father has never been so sincere and touched. How come when he was reading the sutra with me, he started to cry, and then, his wife was worried. What happened? And then he said, well, he was just touched without any reason, but the daughter was just overjoyed when reading. So they have 3 different kinds of reactions. The last one was just reading without any feeling. So they can have different feelings, but the result might be all effective. And so if you want me to say, like, all these reactions are all very auspicious blessings to remove your disasters and calamities. When the ghosts and evil spirits are removed from you, at the beginning you might feel also kind of lack of energy. Even when the tire has no air, all these, the tire would be completely flat. And so some people, right after they hear my voice or Grandmaster's voice, they would feel sleepy. This is a kind of blessing. So these people, they probably are still having quite amount of karmas. And so master like me, when I start teaching, you will feel sleepy. So what to do? Maybe you can find a knife to maybe stab your thigh, or that's too cruel. Maybe you can bite some pepper, or so somehow find a way to stop you from feeling sleepy. And most importantly, when you're chanting, you have a wish, right? But when you chant, then your mind wanders away like an angel. So when you're chanting, is that purpose very, very sincere? Well, if so, you probably should write down your wish right in front of you on the wall. Maybe go to be admitted by a school or find a job, or don't write down divorce or something. Okay, and then you write it down there right in front of you on the wall, and then you won't forget it. Also, when you chant, don't always close your eyes. You can open your eyes to watch, and then you won't go to daydreams. And so if you chant by yourself, and in order to not feel sleepy and not be distracted, then you better open your eyes to chant. And okay, so shall we start reading? Well, I'd like to remind everyone, the sutra is not very easy to read, and if you have the opportunity to read with me, it's a very good opportunity. Especially in Chinese, it's ancient Chinese, and sometimes I can make mistakes too, and then I'll correct it, and you can follow me to correct it. The merits are the same. And so now, with the most sincere heart, put our palms together. Well, for English-speaking people, Korean-speaking people, or any other language speakers, you can read the translated words. As long as you can understand, read and understand, it will be just as effective.
观众生业缘品第三。你们给忘了哈，不能这样的，聚精会神，好吧哈。我再重读哈。观众生业缘品第三。观众生业缘品第三。尔时。佛母摩耶夫人恭敬合掌，问地藏菩萨言：圣者，言服众生，造业差别，所受报应，其事云何？地藏答言：千万世界，乃及国土，或有地狱，或无地狱，或有女人，或无女人，或有佛法，或无佛法，乃至声闻，辟支佛，亦复如是。非但地狱，罪报一等。摩耶夫人，崇白菩萨，切愿闻已。切愿闻于，言服罪报，所感恶趣。地藏答言：圣母，微愿听受。我粗说之。佛母白言：愿圣者说。尔时，地藏菩萨白圣母言：南阎浮提罪报，名号如是。若有众生不孝父母，或致杀害，当堕无间地狱，千万亿劫， 求出无期。若有众生出佛身血，毁谤三宝，不敬尊经，亦当堕于无间地狱，千万亿劫，求出无期。若有众生勤损常住，玷污僧尼，或伽蓝内，自行淫欲，或杀或害，如是等辈，当堕无间地狱，千万亿劫，求出无期。若有众生伪作沙门，心非沙门，破用常住，欺狂白衣，违背戒律，种种造恶，如是等辈，当堕无间地狱，千万亿劫，求出无期。若有众生偷窃常住，财物谷米，饮食衣服，乃至一物不欲取者，当堕无间地狱，千万亿劫，求出无期。地藏白言：圣母，若有众生作如是罪，当堕无间地狱。求暂停苦，一念不得。摩耶夫人崇白地藏菩萨言：云何名为无间地狱？地藏白言：圣母，诸有地狱，在大铁围山之内，其大地狱有18所，次有500，名号个别，次有10000，名字一别。无间狱者，其狱城周匝8万余里，其城纯铁，高1万里，城上火炬，少有空缺，其狱城中诸狱相连，名号个别，独有一狱，名曰无间，其狱周匝18000里，狱墙高1000里，悉是铁围，上火彻下，下火彻上，铁蛇铁狗， 吐火持烛，玉墙之上，东西而走，狱中有床，遍满万里，一人受罪，自见其身，遍卧满床，千万人受罪，亦各自见，身满床上，众业所感，或报如是，又诸罪人，备受众苦，千百夜叉，即以恶鬼，口牙如电，口牙如剑，眼如电光，手覆铜爪，拖拽罪人，复有夜叉，执大铁戟，中罪人身，或中口鼻，或中腹背，抛空翻阶，或执床上，复有铁鹰，但罪人目，复有铁蛇，绞罪人颈，百枝节内，膝下长钉，拔舌更离，抽肠错斩，羊铜贯口，热铁缠身，万死千生，业感如是，动经一劫，求出无期，此戒坏时，即生他戒，他戒次坏，转即他方，他方坏时，辗转相继，此戒成后，还复而来，无间罪报，其事如是。又无事业感，故称无间。何等为无？一者，日夜受罪，以至结束，无时间觉，故称无间。二者，一人亦满，多人亦满，故称无间。三者，醉气插棒，鹰蛇狼犬，对磨俱凿，错着或汤，铁网铁绳，铁驴铁马，升格落手，热铁交身，鸡吞铁丸，可饮铁汁，从年净节，数那由他，苦续相连，苦处相连，苦楚相连，更无间断，故称无间。四者，不问男子女人， 羌胡夷狄，老幼贵贱，或龙或神，或天或鬼，罪行业感，悉同受之，故称无间。无者，若堕此狱，从出入时，至百千劫，一日一夜，万死万生，求一念间，暂住不得，除非业尽，方得受生。以此连绵，故称无间。地藏菩萨白圣母言：无间地狱，粗说如是。若广说，地狱罪气等名，及诸苦事，一劫之中，求说不尽。摩耶夫人闻已，忧愁忧合掌，愁忧合掌，顶礼而退，第三品圆满。好，我喝口水。接下来呢
So the third chapter is complete. Now, please follow me to continue reading out loud the sutra.
言服众生业感品第四。尔时，地藏菩萨摩诃萨白佛言：世尊，我成佛如来，威神力故，遍百千万亿世界，分世身形，救拔一切业报众生。若非如来大慈力故，即不能作如是变化。我今又蒙佛付嘱，至阿逸多成佛以来，六道众生遣令度脱，巍然世尊，愿不有虑。尔时，佛告地藏菩萨：一切众生为解脱者，性实无定，恶习结业，善习结果，为善为恶，着境而生，轮转五道，暂无休息，动经尘劫， 迷惑障难，如鱼有网，将是长流，脱入暂出，又复遭网，以是等辈，吾当忧念。汝既必是愿，汝既必是妄愿，累劫众事，广度罪辈，无复何虑。说是与时，会中有一菩萨摩诃萨，名定自在王，白佛言：世尊，地藏菩萨累劫以来，各发何愿？今蒙世尊殷勤赞叹，唯愿世尊略尔说之。尔时，世尊告定自在王菩萨：谛听，谛听，善思念之。吾当为汝分别解说，乃往过去，无量阿僧祇，那由他不可说解。尔时有佛，号一切智成就如来，应供正遍知，明行足，善事无间解，世间解无上士，调御丈夫，天人师，佛世尊，其佛寿命6万劫，未出家时，为小国王，欲依邻国王为友，同行十善，饶益众生。其邻国内所有人民多造众恶，二王艺伎，广设方便，一王发愿，早成佛道，当度世辈，令使无余。一王发愿，若不先度最苦，令是安乐，得至菩提，我终未愿成佛。佛告定自在王菩萨：一王发愿，早成佛者，即一切智成就如来世。一王发愿，永度最苦众生，未愿成佛者， 即地藏菩萨事，复于过去，无量阿僧祇劫，有佛出生，名清净莲花目如来，其佛寿命40劫，相法之中，有一罗汉，福度众生，因次教化，欲依女人，自曰光目，摄食供养。罗汉问：欲愿何等？光目答曰：我以母亡之日，资福救拔，未知我母，生处何去？罗汉敏之，未入定观，见光目女母，堕在恶趣，受极大苦。罗汉问光目言：汝母再生，作何行业？今在恶趣，受极大苦。光目答言：我母所习，微好食啖，鱼鳖之属，所食鱼鳖，多食其子，或炒或煮，资情食啖，计其命数，千万父辈，尊者慈悯，如何哀救？罗汉悯之，为作方便，劝光目言：如可至诚念，清净莲花目如来，兼塑化形象，存亡获报。光目闻已，即舍所爱，寻化佛像，而供养之，复恭敬心，悲泣瞻礼，忽于夜后，梦见佛身，金色晃耀，如须弥山，放大光明，而告光目：汝母不久，当生汝家，才觉饥寒，即当言说，其后家内，必生一子，未满3日，尔乃言说，稽首悲泣，告于光目，生死业缘，果报自受，吾是汝母，久处暗冥，自别汝来， 累堕大地狱，蒙辱佛力，方得受生。为下贱人，又复短命，寿年13，更落恶道。如有何计，令无脱免。光目闻说，知母无疑。更夜悲啼，耳白婢子，既是我母，何知本罪？作何行业？堕于恶道。婢子答言：以杀害毁骂，二业受报。若非蒙福，就拔无难。以是业故，为何解脱？光目问言：地狱罪报，其事云何？婢子答言：最苦之事，不忍称说。百千岁中，足白难尽。光目闻已，涕泪豪气，耳白空界。愿我之母，永脱地狱。必13岁，更无重罪。极利恶道，十方诸佛，慈哀悯我，听我为母，所发广大誓愿。若得我母，永离三途，即思下贱，乃至女人之身，永劫不受者。愿我自今日后，对清净莲花目如来向前，却后百千万亿劫中，应有世界，所有地狱，及三恶道，诸最苦众生，誓愿救拔，令离地狱恶趣，畜生恶鬼等，如是罪报等人，尽成佛境。我然后方成正觉，发誓愿已。具闻清净莲花目如来，而告之曰：光目，汝大慈悯，善能为母，发如是大愿。无关汝母，13岁毕，舍此报矣。生为梵志，寿年100岁，过世报后，当生无忧国土，寿命不可计劫。 后成佛果，广度人天，树如恒河沙。好，我喝口水。
看看会不会说话呀？
佛告定自在王，尔时罗汉，福度光目者，即无尽意菩萨事，光目母者，即解脱菩萨事，光目女者，即地藏菩萨事。过去久远劫中，如是慈悯，发恒河沙愿，广度众生。未来世中，若有男子女人，不行善者，行恶者，乃至不信因果者，邪淫妄语者，两舌恶口者，毁谤大乘者，如是诸业众生，必堕恶趣。若遇善知识，劝令一弹指间，皈依地藏菩萨，是诸众生，即得解脱。三恶道报，若能至心归敬，若能至心归敬，即瞻礼赞叹，香华衣服，种种珍宝，或复饮食，如是奉事者，未来百千万亿劫中，常在诸天，受胜妙乐。若天福尽，下生人间，忧百千劫，常为帝王，能益宿命因果本末，定自在王，如是地藏菩萨，有如此不可思议，大威神力，广利众生，汝等诸菩萨，当记是经，广宣流布。定自在王白佛言：世尊，愿不有虑，我等千万亿菩萨摩诃萨，必能成佛威神，广演是经，于阎浮提，利益众生，定自在王菩萨， 白世尊矣。合掌恭敬，作礼而退。尔时，四方天王俱从坐起，合掌恭敬，白佛言：世尊，地藏菩萨于久远劫来发如是大愿，云何至今忧度未绝，更发广大誓言，威愿世尊为我等说。佛告四天王：善哉善哉，吾今为汝，及未来现在，天人众等，广利益故，说地藏菩萨于娑婆世界阎浮提内生死道中慈哀救拔，度脱一切罪苦众生，方便之事。四天王言：巍然世尊，愿乐欲闻。佛告四天王：地藏菩萨久远劫来弃至于今，度脱众生，忧未毕愿，慈悯此事，罪苦众生，复观未来无量劫中，因慢不断，以是之故，又发众愿。如是菩萨于娑婆世界阎浮提中百千万亿方便尔为教化。四天王地藏菩萨若欲杀生者，说宿殃短命报；若欲窃盗者，说贫穷苦处报；若欲邪淫者，说雀歌鸳鸯报；若欲恶口者，说眷属斗争报；若欲毁谤者，说无舌疮口报；若欲嗔恚者，说丑陋龙残报；若欲牵令者，说所求违愿报；若欲饮食无度者，说饥渴咽病报；若欲田猎资情者，说惊狂丧命报；若欲悖逆父母者， 说天地灾杀报。若欲烧山林木者，说狂迷取死报。若遇前后父母恶毒者，说反生鞭挞现受报。若遇亡仆生除者，说骨肉分离报。若遇毁谤三宝者，说盲聋阴哑报。若遇轻法慢教者，说永处恶道报。若欲破用常住者，说一劫轮回地狱报。若遇污犯污僧者，说永在畜生报。若遇汤火斩灼伤生者，说轮回地场报。若遇破戒犯斋者，说禽兽饥饿报。若遇非礼毁用者，说所求缺觉报。若遇无我功高者，说卑使下贱报。若遇两舌斗乱者，说无舌百舌报。若遇邪见者，说边地受生报。如是等阎浮提众生，身口意业，恶习结果，百千报应。今粗略说，如是等阎浮提众生，业感差别，地藏菩萨百千方便，而教化之，是诸众生，先受如是等报，后堕地狱。动经结束，无有出期。是故汝等，护人护国，无令是诸众业，迷惑众生。四天王闻已，涕泪悲叹，合掌而退。第四品圆满。
Chapter 4 is complete. Thank you, Grandmaster.
好，大家读得很真诚。
You all read out loud with great sincerity. Now, I'm not going to explain the sutra in order for everybody to benefit from it, to allow all our ancestors and our previous parents to be able to leave the sufferings, to benefit from this, allow our descendants to be auspicious and wish fulfilled. Now, let's chant Earth Store Bodhisattva's heart mantra. Let's get ready.
耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈哈，为什么耶梭哈，哈，为什么耶梭哈， 耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵 为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？ 摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵 耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵 哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑哈？唵哈哈哈，为什么耶娑 吽哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈，维萨摩耶娑哈，唵哈哈哈， svaha. Om hahaha. Vismaye 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 svaha. Om hahaha. 感恩佛菩萨加持。
Grateful for the blessings from Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
念佛功德，
Let's dedicate the merits from our chanting to the Dharma realm, to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas,
回向一切众生，
to all sentient beings,
让一切有缘人
to allow all sentient beings who have karmic bond with us,
消除，
all their bad karmas eliminate,
让一切病痛消除，
all illnesses and suffering pains disappear,
一切病痛消除，
all illnesses and pain disappear,
一切病痛消除，
all illnesses or pain disappear,
一切病痛消除，
all illnesses and pain disappear,
一切恶缘消除，
all of those evil connections disappear,
一切烦恼消除，
all afflictions disappear,
一切障碍消除，
all obstacles disappear,
愿大家如意吉祥。
I wish all of you auspiciousness and wish fulfillment.
我相信大家
I believe you all chanted with great respect and sincerity. At the beginning of the chanting, maybe you're not very concentrated. That's okay. As long as we make effort, put our heart there and chant enough amount of time, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas will understand us. After a certain time of chanting, we will be more focused. At the beginning, it's actually quite common that we have, we have fractured thoughts and we can wander around. To remove bad karma, it's not through our chanting, but during the chanting, we have very sincere prayers. Buddhas, Earth Store Bodhisattvas will eliminate that for us. At the most important time, when we chant Earth Store Bodhisattva's sacred name, which will reach directly to his heart, then our bad karma will be removed and everything will go smoothly. All beautiful wishes can be fulfilled. Whether it's about health or career or relationship or studies, all of these prayers will be answered. Find a good job can also be satisfied. When we chant, I found a lot of the wishes Bodhisattva and Buddhas has blessed us. As long as we're sincere, there will be no obstacles. The true benefit, it's not mainly because we feel cold or warm or sleepy. Those are just sensations. More like greater benefits. The most important is that we will not fall into the evil realms. That's huge. Especially most obvious is that our deceased ancestors or relatives, you can feel, maybe in the dreams or something, you can feel that they're not having a good life, but after a few days you can even see that they go up, or you can feel that they're not suffering anymore. That's the greatest benefit. So those great benefits are what will manifest in our human realm. If everything's done well, our life will be smoother, we'll have more happiness, more prosperity, more auspiciousness. They will all manifest in our life. In our cultivation, the most ideal, the best benefit is that we can be awakened, we can be liberated, enlightened, and those enlightenment, if it's in our young people's life, then they can study well, can work well, so that we can have a better life. Maybe in our life, suddenly one day we're awakened, and it's like all of a sudden we understand a lot of, the way and the natural law, and then life is more beautiful. And an awakened life, a liberated life, is with more creativity and more achievements. So you too, do you have anything to say? Joy said, I'd like to introduce the incense burner. Well, at the beginning of today's class, we mentioned about incense. Offer incense so that we can connect better with Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Grandmaster also mentioned that this will dispel the evil spirits. when we read the Earth Store Bodhisattva, it always mentions that we will offer incense and flowers. And incense is always the first thing that's mentioned. And so it would be best if we have Buddha's Bodhisattva's image and tankas, and at least every week or better every day, we can pay respect to Buddha's Bodhisattvas. And then at this time when we pay reverence, the incense burner is a must that we need. We actually had different kinds of incense burner, and this is a dragon-eared incense burner. It's really exquisite, and the size of this burner, incense burner, is very ideal for the size of our altar at home. The smaller ones usually are good for maybe put into a studying room, but this one is best for our altar, and you can also put at the other places. And Grandmaster also mentioned what incense burner symbolizes. It looks like what we call ding in ancient China, and those ding symbolizes authority and that power. Yeah. And so if we want a good career or in our cultivation, we need to increase our power, increase our energy, and to be more successful. So this is very important. Whether we want to have a good position in a career or do business, this is all very helpful. And also, if we, in Chinese, they say, like, if you have good, if you always offer incense, that actually helps us. It indicates like, oh, your descendants are very well, the future generations develop very well, and so we definitely need to offer incense so our future generations will always develop well. And especially, during pandemic, and some countries are still quite serious, and the incense are a must at home if we would like to dispel those evil energy and epidemic disease. Actually, sometimes we only need to burn like a very small length of that incense. And this incense burner, the dragon-eared incense burner, is very suitable at this time when we offer incense. And whether it's sandalwood incense or agarwood incense are all very good. You can find these incense on either the Taiwan website, the Taiwan Sibeiyin website, or North American Sibeiyin website. Well, this is just my understanding, Grandmaster. And so Grandmaster said, in all these antiques, the most precious are those antique Buddha's Bodhisattvas images, pictures. And it's hard to find. Even if you want to spend a lot of money, it's hard to find a good one. Secondly are those offering utensils like incense burner. Incense burner is one of the most important offering utensil. Whatever religion, you always need something to offer incense, and so the offering utensils are always very, very precious and important. In order to express our sincerity to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, throughout the history, they always use the best material to make the best craftsmanship to make incense burner to express that sincerity. So a lot of times, incense burner can be used for a whole, throughout the whole life, and some even use, they pass down to to their next generations, and the longest could be even 1,000 years. Sometimes I go to a family, in the masters in Han area, like Grandmaster Ren, and he would say, "Oh, I went to that family. They have incense burner. They use that because their ancestors also make offerings to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So this family, they believe in compassion, and maybe they have done some compassionate deeds. And sometimes they don't know how to express that. They feel like, oh, this family, I feel that they have a big incense burner. Probably it doesn't mean that it's showing in a form that he can see an incense burner, but it's just a feeling that they have an incense burner. And this type of incense burner it actually copies the 5 famous kilns in the Northern Song dynasty. But Longquan kiln was not included, but it's very similar to those Ru kiln. And this is very similar to, Emperor Qianlong and in the Qing dynasty, their incense burners were like this. There's no, it's like spotless. It's quite perfect. It's peckless. And so for some new friends, maybe I'll talk a little bit more. To make a very nice pottery, it's very hard to make it perfect. Whether it's an incense burner or a bowl from those pottery material, and they need to form that into that shape. And when they put into like 1,000 degrees Celsius or 1,700 degrees Celsius, even bones can be melted. And thinking about what if there's a bubble inside, and whether the firewood are completely dry, because it's hard to measure, and only those workers, very experienced workers, can feel. If sometimes it can crack, or maybe distorted, or maybe one handle will break, or so this form can be not ideal. And thinking about the color, maybe you want to have this color. Do you still remember Song Huizong from the Northern Song dynasty? He had a dream of the sky color, which was kind of bluish sky color, and that's what the that Song Huizong, that emperor in the Northern Song, who liked the most. And that's very pure color, and that's also what ancient Chinese scholars like. It's very pure. When the form can be fixed, even if the form can be fixed and ideal, whether the color can be changed. And my cup, actually, they like to have a different color or pattern on it. But this incense burner, they don't want it to have another color on it. What if when you make it, then it has other colors on it, or maybe just a peckle of dust from the firewood comes in it. It probably becomes a white dot on it. Then it's imperfect. And so incense burner to make offerings to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to bring auspicious to us. So this is a very auspicious dharma tool. In ancient times, they like to put 2 dragons on it, and with 4 claws, paws, and so that which indicates that the heaven will bless all the good fortunes to us. So this is for offering and also to receive the fortune from heaven. So it needs a very big, like a big belly, and very stable. And also it indicates that family is developing very well, business develop very well, descendants grow very well. So these are all included in this incense burner. It doesn't mean that it includes all the perfections, but this is what the Chinese incense burner usually symbolizes. And it's not all yet. I have actually taught many times in the spring and autumn time. And do you know why there are so many walls? Because about 3,000 years ago in China, there was a saying in China: if anyone who can own 9 dings, what is ding? Is like 2 big, what would you say that? That's like yeah, cauldron. And even in the Tang Dynasty, they use. Do you still remember? There's a Chinese ancient novel. They found a jade seal was from. It's a royal jade seal from Han Dynasty, the Han Xian emperor. And so someone who is like a follower of Sun Jian got it. And so there was an old saying, like, whoever gets that royal jade seal will become the emperor. The first is say, like, whoever has the 9 dings will own the whole country, who will become the emperor. And then those small kings are actually the emperor will give them a piece of land and give them a title. And why they fight with each other? Because they want to expand their land. So that's why there are a lot of chaos and a lot of wars. And who gives them the title and the land? It's actually the emperor who gives them the land and the title. And then later, the scholars, they dare not put 9 dings together. Otherwise, they would. The emperor might say that they have rebellious heart. They might want to rebel, and so they're putting it very small. So once they put it into this shape, they want to receive the blessings from heaven and receive these authority and power. And if they have 9 of them, it will become very powerful. Well, is the number correct? Well, actually, anyways, all the ancient people respect this number. But for those workers who make those workers who build or craftsmen, they build Buddha statues or something. They just sell it for make a living. And those craftsmen who make the incense burners, they probably are not cultivators. They just want to make a living. It's the people who use the incense burner who are cultivators. So this incense burner are for those who really want to receive most benefit from Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and would like to pass down this treasure to your children and your future generations. Then it's very suitable for you. It's not expensive, but compared to the benefits that you can receive, this is not expensive at all. And to be able to make such a wonderful utensil, it's not very easy. These the reason for it cannot be kept for very long because it can break very easily. And this teapot are being made in the Qing dynasty at least 100 or 200 years ago. This is like this is just the zisha teapot. And they have different kind of colors. They sometimes can have lighter colors or sometimes they can have darker colors. This is a greenish color, and professionals will call it like green zisha teapot, and it's at least 150 years old. And the tea that's made inside it, the water is purified. A lot of times, actually, now the water purify. A lot of times they need to use these porcelain to purify or filter the water. Those bacteria or maybe heavy metals will be filtered away. So regular tap water, if you put inside in this teapot, if you put into a regular teacup, that's one taste. But if you put into this zisha teapot after 2 to 5 minutes, I'll tell you the tea, the water will definitely become sweeter. So this is a function of this kind of teapot. You dare not believe it because you don't have it. But those who have a zisha teapot, then you can give it a try. If it doesn't sweeten the water, then that must be a fake one. And that actually will dissolve the heavy metal, so you will not be polluted by that. And in our tap water, are there heavy metal? Because some polluted water from the factory, sometimes they send out. And also in the tap water, they also have, I think they have like a pesticide, because if you go to the country, you will see like all the plants, they have lots of worms and lots of insects. In the water, there are also maybe more than 1,000 insects, and so in our water there are lots of these bleaching. You have the bleach, you have these pesticides, and so you need this kind of teapot will help to purify the water. And now you can see a lot of zisha teapots. Some of them are real, some of them are fake, and some colors, maybe the fake ones, they are not very good. To have a real authentic zisha teapot is really good. And some pottery teapots are also pretty good or have similar effects. In Taiwan, I bought quite a few of them. It's the modern craftsmen, they make the pottery teapot. They can also make the water sweeter, but the ancient ones are even more effective. Well, for normal people, they're all afraid of poverty. If continuously for 3 years, if you do not harvest, then the whole village, or they would have to go somewhere else, and a lot of people will die of hunger. And maybe like within hundreds of kilometers, they're all suffered from this natural disaster. And so so Chinese people always want to make money. And so this teapot also symbolizes harvest and collect or gather. And some old seniors, they understand this meaning. They put a lot of teapot on the table, not their cupboard or something. That actually, it's in addition to that they might like to drink tea, they also use the teapot to gather the wealth. So for everybody to have some idea of these knowledge and some feng shui that will help to improve our life, and it's also fun. All right, I've already said so much. Yesterday, a lot of the bead has already been purchased, those silver-inlaid. Oh, Joyce and Christine have already worn them. Those bead has usually has a very dark color, but with the silver inlay, then immediately they become brighter and shining, and so the energy will be further increased. So these bead, after blessed, the magnetic field is very strong. It's very different from our normal jewelries. And it also, this magnetic field also has something to do with these pattern, basically to help you have a very good career and very good relationship, and also have more charisma. Even dogs and animals want to be close to you, then it means that you have that power to attract people. And so after you wear these blessed bead, a lot of times it has these effects. And also these colorful beads. But these are already out of stock on Zibeyin website. Well, if they're already sold out, then you might have to wait. These are very, very auspicious. All right, I've already said a lot. I wish everybody wish fulfillment and auspiciousness, health and happiness. Be full of happiness and full of dharma bliss. So all of our friends, now your whole family will be bathing in Buddha light. From now on, you'll have good fortune. All the bad fortune will go away. So we need to be very grateful. Be grateful for the blessings from Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Be grateful for the protections. And tomorrow, I'll see you at the same time. Thank you very much.
小小的红点里，人生变得神